Sanch, Man United 1, Brighton 3. Truly humbled today.
That said, literally. I actually came here confident. I don't know, was you the same?
No. No.
I was actually quietly confident.
Didn't think we'd nick it 2-1, but I weren't confident.
No, I was quietly confident. And obviously, we started well, but like at Spurs, like at Arsenal, one like setback or one thing that happens during the game, like even with Arsenal, we scored and it was like, oh, we lost concentration, and then they went up diving and scored. It's like something can't happen during the game that's too drastic for us to actually stay composed. And today, we started well, and then as always, it kind of falls off. They scored, and then that was that.
A lot of people talking about the changes that Ten Hag made to the team for this game, obviously with the right winger situation. A lot of people wanted Pellistri to come in. Maybe some people thought Bruno would be on the right. When people saw the lineup, they maybe would have assumed that Bruno would have been on the right with a conventional front three. It wasn't that. It was two up top with a diamond. What did you make to that?
I mean, with the right wing situation, it's an absolute. It's, again, how can you even deal with that? You don't expect to deal with that, and two of your right wingers that could be chosen not available because one's obviously for other matters and the other's just discipline, isn't it? So he has to find a solution. Obviously, the solution he thought today wasn't Pellistri straight in.
Would you have done that?
Pellistri?
Yeah. Or at least kept someone wide right and kept a front three. Or do you agree that do you see what Ten Hag was trying to do, considering?
I see what he was trying to do. Of course, I think Pellistri, he doesn't want to chuck him in. Like some people disagree with that, and if I had to choose, I probably would have gone with Pellistri because I think he's impressed. He's a Uruguayan international. He plays every game for Uruguay, so I probably would have gone with him. But at the same time, I can't really put too much. He said he trained that formation for the week, so you can see why he done it. McTominay's been playing well for Scotland. Højlund and Rashford up top is dangerous. So, I'm not going to come in here and blast him because he tried something different because our two right wingers are not available.
So what was it? Was it more than that what went wrong today? Was it the formation, the unfamiliarity with the formation, or just that Brighton are better than us?
Could say they're better than us. Could say today they were better than us, and I just think same old story really. How many years have I been coming to you to do these videos, and it's just we can roll back the tapes and I'll be saying the same thing that I said 2-3 years ago today. One thing goes against us in the game and we just capitulate. 3 cutbacks.
Yeah,
it's just schoolboy. It's just schoolboy defending. But at the same time, that's a team, that's a manager, that's backed, that's ran well enough. They've lost big players this season, doesn't matter. And that's not always the excuse, but like many people tend to say a lot of the time is that it stems from the top, and Brighton is well run. And it doesn't matter if they lose Caicedo or McAllister, as we saw today. They ran the show. I was up there and I was just thinking, how have they got out of that? It's just brilliant.
They do it time and time again. That's how they play.
And it's just fantastic. It's brilliant. It's even then today I was obviously hurt that we've lost and stuff, but I was enjoying it. I was like, it's impressive. You got to put your hands up. And if you look on the other end, our team, and it's just we press for 5 minutes and then we don't press for the next 5. So it's just easy, and it's just one player presses, the fullback doesn't press, or the centre back presses and the striker doesn't press. It's just disjointed, and I'm done blaming the gaffer. How many gaffers do we need to go through that we're blaming every single one? And there was an excuse for every single gaffer. Moyes not good enough, Ole not good enough, Mourinho passed it, Van Gaal passed it. We got Ten Hag in his pomp. So I'm not going to blame Ten Hag anymore. Some of these players need to look at themselves, and I've been saying this for 10 years. And at what point are we going to stop saying, players look at yourselves, gaffers look at yourselves? We've been up for sale for a year and nothing's happened, and that's not good enough. And then you look at the players, we've dropped more, like the statements, we've dropped more statements than wins, and that's because players are misbehaving, players are facing the police. Sancho is coming out and saying the gaffer's lying, and the gaffer's giving his opinion. He's saying he's lying. How is he lying? He thinks you've been poor in training and you're coming out and telling him it's not true. How can you tell the gaffer what's true and what's not true? It's just a shambles. And when that's going on off the pitch, how can you expect to put a performance out there?
Do you think that's festered into?
Of course, Flick. Of course, you can't. Like, you look at City, everything's close-knit, everything's sorted, everything's Arsenal sorted, no problems outside of the football pitch, nothing. Of course it festers. I'm not saying that's an excuse for the performance we dropped today, but you're putting your manager in it. What would have happened today? Anthony would have played on the right. We would have played a style of play that we've played for a year and a bit now. They're both. Sancho's misbehaved. Anthony's not within the squad, so now he's trying to think, okay, do I chuck in a kid or do I play a different formation? He's played a different formation, and it's not worked.
What would you do going to Bayern now? Because the pressure is mounting now.
Yeah,
of this difficult period.
It is mounting. It is mounting. They didn't look great last night. They played last night, but what would I do? I'd say go for it, man. I'd say McTominay and Eriksen on that either side. I don't think that's the way forward. Yeah, it's just too much to do, and they ain't got enough quality to do it. So I'd think I wouldn't even mind McTominay next to Casemiro. That's fine, but just go for it. Get your wingers out wide. Get Bruno in the number 10. Get Højlund up top, and or hopefully get a big result there, and then you can kick on. But it's a disappointing result. But again, as I said, after all these years, I'm not surprised, Flex. I'm not surprised.
Well done, man.